living back. Welcome back to Dewey's Movie Reviews. Thank you for tuning back in. I really do appreciate the likes, comments, and follows as well. So today I'm going to be reviewing the action-packed movie called Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk, which came out a little bit earlier this year. So I did catch it on a streaming service this afternoon. So let's run through the trailer and discuss it in a little bit more detail.
So they took maybe 20 bucks and an old watch? Mr. Manson, did you even take a swing?
No. Could have taken her, Dad.
So I remember seeing the trailer for Nobody a little bit earlier this year. I thought, yeah, look, it looks okay, but didn't rush out to go and watch it at the cinema. So the main actor is Bob Odenkirk. He's very recognizable. If you've ever watched the series Breaking Bad, he plays Saul, the crooked solicitor that Walter White always runs to. And then he also had his own spin-off series called Better Call Saul, which I haven't seen yet, but I do hear very good things about it. So I was interested to see this movie, and it did drop on a streaming service here in Australia recently, and I did watch it this afternoon. And I've got to say, I was pleasantly surprised after watching the film.
Heard you had some excitement last night. I wish they'd have picked my place, you know?
Why didn't you take him out?
I was just trying to keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
You okay? Because you don't look okay.
So we've got Odenkirk playing a guy called Hutch Mansell. At the start of the film, it does look like he has a pretty mediocre life, works at some form of engineering company, has a good-looking family, seems to be an average run-of-the-mill guy. The movie starts off going through his week, Monday through to Sunday, I think it was, with all his ins and outs of his weeks. Looks pretty boring, I have to say. I started to get some vibes of the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas in it. If you haven't seen that movie, it is a cracker of a film. There are some confrontations that he has throughout the film, and that's why I started to get those vibes from it. But as the film rolls on, you do understand that he is a retired FBI agent or some type of spy or something along those lines who has a very particular set of skills. And that's when I started to think that it also reminded me of the movie Taken as well, less the kidnapping aspect of the film.
There's a long dormant piece of me that so very badly wants out.
What are you still doing here, old man?
I'm gonna fuck you up. It's been a hell of a day.
You can see that.
So as the film rolls on, there are two main movies that I felt it did remind me of, or drew inspiration from at least. So one of them is True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, set back in the 90s, big action-packed movie back then. Awesome movie, still holds up till today, where you've got Arnie basically playing a agent or a secret agent and is leading a double life, basically telling his family that he's a computer salesman, and on the other hand, he's off fighting terrorists. So that did feel like this movie to some degree. Then another movie where I felt it drew inspiration from was John Wick. So you've got a retired hitman or a ghost-like secret agent, something along those lines, that's gone to retirement and then gets dragged back into the line of duty when something personal happens to them. I think John Wick's dog got murdered apparently, so that's why he came back into that type of environment, and he goes up against the Russian Mafia, which are also in this movie called Nobody. So that's why I feel like those two films have impacted this movie or drew inspiration from.
For 12 years, I worked for some very dangerous people. Everybody get to the basement.
What is happening?
Don't call 911.
But parking that aside in relation to those two movies, this movie does hold up quite well. The acting in it is quite good, and it basically goes to show that even though these Russian mobsters have got money, power, drugs, sex, guns, all that, when one of the youngsters basically comes across this particular character, Hutch, on a bus and crosses the wrong person, all hell breaks loose, and they think that they'll be able to basically take down one man with the whole Russian outfit, but it's not so. So I did like to see that throughout the movie, the character development from where you think they're going to start off being just an average Joe when they're anything but. It was also awesome to see Christopher Lloyd in the movie as well, better known for his roles as Doc Brown in Back to the Future or Uncle Fester in The Addams Family. He plays Hutch's dad. I won't go into too many spoilers, but how it all comes together at the end I thought was awesome. So I really did enjoy how they put this film together, and it all rolled into the climax at the end.
I used to be what they call an auditor. The last guy anyone wants to see at their door. Because it meant you didn't have long to live. But I left it behind to start a family. I might have overcorrected.
The thing that I like about Hutch is that he's basically a father figure, very unassuming. So he's not your average looking secret agent or retired agent or whatever you want to call him. But there are a few things in the film that I quite liked. One of them was when he speaks to his contacts in the FBI or the Secret Service or whoever it was. He goes into a little vinyl room, has a little scotch, and then opens up an old record player and communicates with them through that device. I really like that. Also, if he's in a firefight and one of the villains or henchmen still alive, he won't be a dick about it. He'll go up to them and basically tell them how to keep pressure on the wound or realise that it's fatal, have a bit of a joke around with him. So I did like that aspect of the character Hutch as well. So those little idiosyncrasies I think are going to be quite memorable. So it'd be interesting to see if there is a second one and what he will do in it.
When you left, you abandoned a certain debt that needs repayment. And your creditor is the winner of your resurrection.
They came after my family.
They stole my kitty cat bracelet.
And you don't fucking do that! Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
You look like shit, Dad.
You should see the other guys.
So whilst Nobody does feel similar to some of the movies that I'm sure you would have seen in the past, I was really happy with it when I was watching it on a streaming service this afternoon. So I would highly recommend watching the film. I didn't catch it at the movies, but after watching it, I probably would buy it on Blu-ray. I did enjoy the film. I thought it was really good. And it does probably lead open to a sequel maybe towards the end, I feel. Maybe a little bit similar to John Wick, but I'm sure time will tell if we see a Nobody Part 2. I think it'll be an awesome follow-up with that particular movie. So thank you for tuning in to my review of Nobody. By all means, if you haven't seen it yet, catch it. It's a good film, and I appreciate all the support and follows and likes. So I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Who the fuck are you?
Me? I'm nobody.
Nobody!